13-CE-3789, Edward Flaukowski.
This request for notice of assessment for 13 CE 3789, violator Edward J. Fialkowski Jr. was cited for the violation of a stagnant swimming pool at 703 Holly Road as provided by the backup materials. Service of the citation was provided by posting the property and is on file with the city clerk. No request for a hearing on the citation has been received, so a hearing to contest the citation has been waived and the violation is deemed admitted by the violator. The violation has not been corrected as of August 13, 2013. The civil penalty on the citation has not been paid. Enforcement costs of $46.37 are requested by the city. An affidavit of those itemized costs has been filed with the board clerk, and we request the backup materials be made part of the record. We request the board authorize issuance of a notice of assessment in this case, plus the enforcement cost of $46.37.
I'll make a motion that there's a violation, and there is still a violation, and that the board issue a notice of assessment for continuing penalties, the original civil penalty, and the $46.37 cost of prosecution.
I'll second that.
4637, right?
Yep.
I'll second the motion.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Should we skip the next one? If he's waiting
Can
on
we
his
hold
tow
that
truck?
till the end of the meeting?
Yeah. Move on to 13-CE-3770. John Patricia Rapp.
This request for notice of assessment for case 13 CE 3770. Violators are John and Patricia Rapp, cited for the violation of weeds, grass, or undergrowth at a height of more than 12 inches, an unlicensed, non-operable vehicle at 555 20th Street as provided in the backup materials. Service of the citation was provided by certified return receipt. No, correction. Service of the citation was provided by posting of the property. No request for a hearing on the citation has been received, so a hearing to contest the citation has been waived and the violation is deemed admitted by the violator. The violation of overgrowth has been corrected as of July 1st, 2013, and the violation of the unlicensed, non-operable vehicle remains. The civil penalty on the citation has not been paid. Enforcement costs of $85.40 are requested by the city. An affidavit of those itemized costs has been filed with the board clerk, and we request the backup materials be made part of the record. We request the board authorize issuance of a notice of assessment in this case, plus the cost of enforcement to $85.40. And I'm sorry, correction. There was a reverse mortgage on the property. The bank has been notified, so service of the citation was provided by certified return receipt to the bank and the property posted.
It was also mailed to Mr. and Mrs. Rapp.
Mr. and Mr. Rapp are deceased.
Oh, they're deceased. Cool.
Notice was mailed to their daughter, and no response.
Okay.
Was there one penalty that covered both of these violations, or were there two separate?
One penalty for both violations.
But the violation on the vehicle is continuing.
Correct.
But you were only asking for one $50 penalty, which covered both violations.
Correct.
Okay.
And a continuation of the penalties until it's been corrected.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that there was violation, that the weeds, grass, and undergrowth violation has been corrected as of July 1st. The second violation of the unlicensed, non-operable motor vehicle continues. Therefore, the civil penalty should continue as well. And the original civil penalty be assessed, and the $85.40 cost of prosecution.
And that would be in a notice of assessment.
Yes. Forgot that part, didn't I?
And I'll second that.
Movement second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. We'll skip to 13-CE-3713.
This is just a request for a board order. The property is still not in compliance, and there's been no word from the property owner.
Nothing from the bank or anything?
There is not a mortgage. The bank dropped the ball on this one.
Oh.
So that's what, because there had been a notice of assessment and there had previously basically been an admission Here, what the board would need to issue is just a final order, ordering correction, and continuing the civil penalties until corrected.
Oh, this is corrected.
No.
No.
It's
It
not been
started in
corrected.
April.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll make a motion that violation continues and that the fines shall continue until violation is corrected, and that the board issue a ordering payment. That came out wrong, didn't it?
And
Is your
correction.
final order?
Final order, thank you.
I'll second that, Chairman.
Moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. 13-CE-3847. Gonna try that name.
We're requesting a board order. The violation remains, and we would ask that the penalties continue.
It's just like the last one.
I'll make a motion that the board issue an order of payment for the continuing violation until the violation is corrected.
And I will second that motion.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Oh, I have a question.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, this one started in May.
Yes.
I mean, is there a point when this gets bigger teeth and we don't have to drag it out so long?
Oh, this is the last thing we do.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. 13-CE-3810, First Horizon Home Loans.
Like the last case, the violation remains, and we would ask that continued penalties be assessed.
Has this been secured?
Yes.
Okay.
Led by the neighbors, not by,
By the neighbors?
but it's still
It's not a
stagnant.
public nuisance or a
Correct.
hazard? Okay. I'll make a motion that the board issue an order for payment of the continuing civil penalties until it's corrected.
I will second that.
Moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 13-CE-3793.
I checked this property yesterday, and it is in compliance, but the fine has not been paid, so I'd request that the board have a continuing penalty to the date of compliance being yesterday.
You can do the math, right?
So you just want to issue a notice of
And I
payment?
can't today.
Yeah. And then
It would be an order
calculate-
finding correction of the violation and assessing the total penalties and costs.
I see.
Through yesterday.
Through yesterday. Yeah. I'll make a motion that there was a violation that's been granted. The property's in compliance as of August 13th, and that the board issue an order of payment of the fines through August 13th.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. 13-CE-3907.
Same situation, property came into compliance on 7/19/3, so I would ask that we have a continuing penalty from the notice of assessment to the compliance date.
What was that date?
19th. July 19th.
July 19th.
3907.
How big a piece of property is this?
It goes between two streets, between 27th Avenue and 28th Avenue. And they actually would cut the 27th Avenue side and the 28th Avenue and leave the middle. It's a contract mower, and they were just shortchanging the property.
Nice.
The message was received because it was completely cut, but
Is the whole thing on one title?
yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. I'll make a motion that the property is in compliance as of July 19th. And that, yes.
Oh, did you say that part of it was not cut?
That was what came into compliance on 7/19, that the entire property was cut on that day.
Okay. I misunderstood.
But it's not now.
It is now. The
It's okay
property's in
now.
compliance.
Okay.
Good.
It's in compliance as July 19th, and that the board issue an order of payment of the continuing fines through July 19th, and the fine stop on the date. Something like that.
That sounded good.
Sounded good. I'll second
Thanks.
that.
Moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries.
Since Mr. Rosales has not returned yet, could we administrative hearing 13 CE 3615?
Sure.
The board had done an order assessing the $50 plus administrative costs. The day that we had the hearing, the property owner came in and paid the fine. So could we just amend an order to the $50 with no cost?
Oh, okay.
And the city is waiving the cost.
Correct.
February.
I'll make a motion then that we amend the order for case 13 CE-3615
I don't know what
to be a $50 civil penalty and waive the cost of prosecution.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Mr. Rosales has not returned. I'll catch you up to speed. Maybe he'll walk in the door. At the last hearing in June, you gave him 45 days to come into compliance.
If he's going to be present, do we know he's coming back?
Do we know if he's not standing right outside the door?
He's been gone quite a while.
Tom's going to go check. I need to talk about the case if he's been noticed and he's not here.
He went home to see if the tow truck got here.
He went home to see if a tow truck got here.
Well, got there.
Got there.
Oh,
To bring him into compliance.
Do you have a cell phone number for him?
I do upstairs. 5-minute recess?
5-minute recess.
February.